what's going on? You know who it is. It is Bruce Jordan, the Michael Jordan of hotels. Today we're going to be talking about the worst guest request that costs hotels the most money. Let's go.
It was prophesied that another Jordan will be born who will be greater than Michael Jordan, but he won't be the MJ of basketball. He will be the MJ of hotels.
Prophecy fulfilled. This episode was brought to you by the Hotel Revenue Bible, the #1 hotel revenue book that has ever been written. It includes revenue management, digital ads, social media marketing, sales, catering, F&B, and more. Grab your copy today at hotelrevenuebible.com. Listen, we love our guests, but sometimes we don't like the guest requests. Guests request some crazy things sometimes, especially if you're at like a super luxury hotel and it's $3,000 or $4,000 a night. Hell, if it's $1,000 a night, you get some really strange guest requests. You'll get a guest that say, hey, I want M&Ms, but I want only the yellow ones, and they have to be all peanut. I don't want any mixed batch. Don't try to give me any trail mix. Or even worse, but here we're going to focus on the ones that cost the hotel the most money. Let's get it. #1 is going to be room moves. Listen, if you come in with the early check-in and you check in at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock and you don't like your room, you want to do a room move, it's not that bad. But when you're checking in at 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, and you go in a room, you don't like the room, and you want another room, that is a loss for the hotel. You know why? Because we can't resell that room, especially if you decided that, hey, I'm going to make myself at home for 5 minutes when I eventually decide that I don't like this room, I need another room. You messed up the room, you went inside the room is now dirty because the sheets are now dirty. We can't rent that room out again. So what ends up happening is, especially for the hotels that don't have housekeeping at night or in the afternoon, we can't clean that room, so now we can't sell that room. So room moves are very, very expensive. Kudos to the hotels that have that houseman or night housekeeper staff that can go ahead and get that room, bounce that room back, clean it up, put it back in inventory so we can resell it. But unfortunately, a lot, especially if they're smaller hotels, they just don't have the budget or the staff to do that. So room moves are very costly. Try to prevent them at all costs. It would be better for you to discount the room for the guests to stay in that room than trying to move the room a lot of times, depending on the situation. So do what you can to avoid that expense. #2 is going to be late checkouts. And I'm not talking about 12 or 12:30. I'm talking about, a guest who wants to check out at 5 or 6 o'clock. Yeah, that gets very costly, especially if you're part of a franchise that allow for these super late checkouts to the point where it's so late that housekeeping is gone and you have to hang that room into the next day. So when you have a guest that's going to put you in that situation and they're not part of that program, try to cut it off at 12:30, 1 o'clock. I usually at 1 o'clock, I charge half of the rate of whatever it is for that night. I charge half the rate. And if they go past that, I charge the full rate, because when housekeeping is gone, again, I can't sell the room. So I got to make up for it somehow. So you might as well stay another day, because I'm going to charge you for the whole night. Yeah, there's no way. Again, it depending on the size of your hotel, it may vary, but this is just the way I do things, because I do not want to put more stress on a fragile operation as it is, because we all are having trouble finding housekeeper. We're all having trouble finding help. So I don't want to make things more difficult than they have to be in order to get the results that I need to get. So definitely try to avoid late checkouts, and if you do, make sure they pay for them. #3 is going to be early check-ins. You're like, why is early check-ins a costly problem? One, because let's say the guest has a reservation for the night. It clearly states on their confirmation what time they check in. That doesn't mean anything to them. They get there at 6 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, I'm ready to check in. If you're sold out, you can't check them in. And then they get mad when you can't check them in early. So you know what? Guess what? You know what they do when they get mad? They leave a bad review because they can't check in early. That's okay. That's fine. To eliminate that, I start charging early check-in fees. Like, yeah, you want to check in early? If I have the room available, no problem. Got you covered. Here you go. It's going to be additional $50, $75. I've seen one hotel charge $150 to check in early. It makes the guest think twice. 9 times out of 10, I hear, well, what time can I check in? The same time that it says on your confirmation. What do you mean? But instead, what I do is I say, as soon as the room is available, I will give you a call. And if you want to pay this early check-in fee, I'll go ahead and get you in there. You know, you don't want to put extra stress in your operation. You want to try to keep things as smooth as possible. Change is good if it's good for the better. Okay, so definitely start charging early check-in fees. If you're not, make sure you get a set amount and take it from there. The next one is going to be like a different amenities, like or different items like extra pillowcases, extra pillows, extra sheets, extra towels. And you're like, why is that an issue? Because when a guest orders extra something, it messes up the inventory. So if you have a certain amount of pillows or a certain amount of towels or a certain amount of linen inside of a room and the guest wants extra, it's not accounted for. If the guest takes those extra towels home and leave the original count there, if that is not properly tracked, it's going to be a loss for the hotel. And most hotels that I've seen, they don't have an effective tracking system to track it. So when the guest does take those extra towels, which is probably why they order them all the time, like, how many towels? You got 20 towels in here, man. What do you need 20 towels in here for? It's 2 people. What are you doing? Okay, that's probably why they ordered them extra towels, because they're gonna we gonna take these extra home and we're gonna keep the regular towels, the towels that are in here, we're gonna keep them in here and they ain't gonna know the difference. So definitely want a tracking system for that. I recommend every time you have extra of anything, you leave a note for housekeeping the next day. Hey, this is the amount of sheets or pillows or towels or blankets that the guest requested extra. Make sure it's in there. And the best way to do that is going to be with the Red Book. Put it inside the Hotel Red Book, which is the front desk communication log. I'll leave a link down below where you can get that. This way you're communicating with your housekeeping department effectively and you're not taking any L's. You're not taking any losses when it comes to your linen, because linen is not cheap. The prices have almost doubled, if not tripled, since the last 20 years since I came on board. So we have to make sure that we're dotting our I's and crossing our T's when it comes to controlling our costs. Let me know what you think. I leave some more stuff down below. I want to know what you think about this. And make sure you do one of these and hit that subscribe button. This is Bruce Jordan of Michael Jordan Hotels signing out. Hey, what's going on? It's Bruce Jordan, the hotel revenue expert. I just want to take a quick second to thank you for watching this video. If you could just do us a big favor and just subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more videos like this, more information, great information about hotels. I'm also the author of the Hotel Revenue Bible. You can get that book on hotelrevenuebible.com. And we are here to answer all your questions. So if you have any questions, just shoot us a quick text at 321-321-2002. That's 321-321-2002. And you can book a revenue call. Go to hotelrevenuecall.com and we can answer any and all your questions. Just make an appointment with me. You'll do one-on-one with me. You'll be able to do one-on-one with me and we could go ahead and get all your questions answered and see if you have any revenue issues that needs to be resolved. Talk to you soon. Thank you again. Hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate you.